Superintendent Thompson, Board Vice President Mr. Rohde, board members, thank you for the opportunity to share 4 items of good news tonight. December is one of those months where there is so much going on that we needed to add a 4th item so we could bring you all up to speed on the honors, recognitions, and great partnerships that support our students. We'll start out tonight by recognizing the students that were recently selected in November as the Honorary Cadets for the 18-19 school year. And I am pleased to invite a familiar face, Colonel Robert Hester, forward to introduce you to these wonderful students. Colonel Hester.
Welcome, Colonel. Thank you, sir. Members of the board, Superintendent Thompson, it's great to be here because as Wendy said, we're going to recognize some outstanding cadets. We conduct the Honorary Cadet Board 3 times a year for both the high school and middle school. Our November board was for 11th and 12th graders and for 8th graders at the middle school level. These cadets appear before a panel of evaluators. They sit in a chair away from the table by themselves. We ask them a number of questions and a number of different areas: leadership, citizenship, current events, customs and courtesies, team drill, and we evaluate them on how well they answered the questions and then how well they responded to the board. We have some of our cadets here this evening that appeared before the board, and I'd just like to tell you the names of all of the cadets that appeared. From West is Alea Starr, who is here. Callie Dix from South, who's also here. Nadine Abu Sherby from Southeast is here. Tam Tran from East is here. Sadie Smith from North. Sean Bryant from Northwest. And Ethan Grimm from Northeast Magnet, who is here. The middle school cadets: Jackson Miller from Hadley. Samuel Quintero from Marshall. Ileana Olivias from Meade, who's here. Jasmine Meza from Krista McCullough, who's here. Tia Christie from Hamilton. Nancy Hippolito from Curtis, and Mariah Matlock from Pleasant Valley. And the 2 cadets that were selected as honorary cadets is Ethan Graham from Northeast Magnet and Mariah Matlock from Pleasant Valley. But all of these cadets did an absolutely outstanding job. Okay, and cadets, I have some certificates from the Board of Education that I'll present to you outside. Once more, thank you for allowing us to come here this evening and introduce these outstanding cadets to you.
For those of you attending the superintendent's breakfast tomorrow morning, 3 of the wonderful young people that you just met will be part of the speaking cadre tomorrow morning, so you'll have a chance to hear more from them about how important the JROTC and the leadership program is to them. It's now time to transition to an activity that many of these young people had a hand in, which is the United Methodist Open Door Turkey Drive. You heard last month about the successful collection that our students and staff had, and tonight we wanted to take an opportunity to say thank you to the partners and to make sure you know who the partners are that have such a role in nourishing and supporting our families in this community, some of whom have children in our schools. So I am pleased to welcome Mr. Gil Alvarez to the podium, who will tell you a little bit more about our success and introduce you to these 3 wonderful guests tonight.
Welcome, Mr. Alvarez.
Thank you, and good evening. Tonight, it's an honor to be able to recognize our partners for the 2018 Turkey Drive. It's always a great event. On November 16th, we got to see so many different opportunities for our middle school, elementary, and high school staff and students come forth and provide different presentations to deliver our turkeys and canned goods. We even had one of our schools did the WKRP, and I'm sure some of you may remember that. Some of you may not, if you're not old enough. But we are excited this year for our 2018 Turkey Drive by the United Methodist Open Door. We, the USD 259 students and staff and community members, gave 2,525 turkeys, 25,966 side items, and $13,376.73 to the United Methodist Open Door Turkey Drive. That drive helped over 2,400 families in our community. So just for starters, when you talk about education, it's not just about the academic successes, but it's also our way of giving back. So let's give a big round of applause to everybody that was involved in the Turkey Drive. And we do want to recognize our partners in the Turkey Drive to make it so successful. And I'll start off first with B98. Dave is here. This is the 28th year that B98 has been our primary sponsor. So let's give a big hand over here to Dave from B98. You also get some certificates as for us to say thank you for all that you do for us. We also have from United Methodist, we have Nicole and Deanne here that also help, and I see them out there, well, this year wasn't that cold. In the past, it's been colder, so it's actually a beautiful, beautiful day that day. So let's give them a big round of applause, Nicole and Deanne. We couldn't do it without our partners, and we couldn't help our own, because all this canned goods and foods really not only help our community, but help our own students here in the Wichita Public Schools. So we are grateful for all that you do to allow to partner with you in this endeavor. So I'm going to see if Nicole or Deanne would like to say a few words.
I always think that Deanne Smith's Open Door, I always think this is a little turned around. We should be going to every school and every teacher and administrator and student and saying a big, huge thank you to them, because we couldn't do it without the school system coming together. And they have such great fun doing it, which is fantastic. And we were able to serve all those that came through our door, but we were also able to share with other agencies. And so those Thanksgiving turkeys have become Christmas turkeys for Catholic charities, Our Daily Bread, and for Operation Holiday, and for Andover's Caring and Sharing. And so it's not just about this community, but also us sharing out of our abundance to make sure that everybody has a little of something. So thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody involved in the great effort.
The week after the turkey collection drive, United Methodist Open Door did their food distribution activity at their facility on 21st Street near Grove. And the day that I had the opportunity to go over there, we had 3 or 4 student groups that were there supporting the packaging and the distribution of the food, as well as a couple of student groups from surrounding districts. So that was a piece that I had not seen before, and it was really cool to see that giving and that generosity to continue to make that loop to support our families. So we appreciate everything you do for the community. So our next item allows us to celebrate another kind of giving, this time giving from staff and community donors to the amazing teachers that fill our audience tonight, because tonight we are going to recognize the 2019 Education Edge and Koch mini grant honorees, as well as the athletic and fine arts grant recipients. You do have an agenda item to officially approve the allocation of those funds later in your agenda. The Wichita Community Foundation manages the Education Edge Fund, which they have since we started the Edge, and Shelley Pritchard is in the audience tonight, and I wanted to give her a special shout out. She told me that next month, when we celebrate the next generation of philanthropy grants, Shelley will not be able to join us. So we're doubly pleased that you are here tonight and could help us celebrate these grants, as well as the grants to student organizations you'll learn more about next month. Yes, thank you. The Education Edge, for those of you that don't know, is a fundraising opportunity that was created in 2004 by 7 community leaders who wanted to engage the community in creating opportunities to support priorities for the district: creative teaching, the arts, and athletics. And since 2005, which was the first time that we awarded these grants, more than nearly $1.5 million, $1,400,791 to be exact, has come back into our district community in the form of athletic, arts, and teacher mini grants. So we are pleased to be with you tonight to introduce you to these teachers and allow you to hear a little bit more about the grants that they are applying funding for. For those of you who are here to celebrate with us, we're going to recognize the Education Edge mini grants first, and we'll ask our mini grant recipients to come down as a group so that we can introduce you. And then we will invite Tammy Hernandez from Koch Industries to come forward, because we have another group of honorees that are the Koch Classroom mini grants. And so we'll recognize those teachers tonight as well. And then we'll celebrate athletics and the arts. So without further ado, Mr. Alvarez is going to facilitate, and Michelle Ingenthron, our Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Schools, will step forward to assist in that work.
Thank you, Wendy. I'm going to ask all the Education Edge mini grant winners, if you please come up here to the front. And as they're making their way down, I am remiss because I forgot to say thank you for the United Methodist Open Door to all our staff and students. I know there was a lot of you here tonight, so let's give one big round of applause to all staff and students that were involved in helping raising money. Our Education Edge mini grant winners are, as they come down, was total $29,750 that were given to individual teachers, innovative teachers, for their classroom. And tonight we'd like to recognize the winners and specifically what their project or what they wanted to do with the money. I will share that as well. So Edge Classroom Mini Grants support school-based licensed staff in their efforts to provide innovative, quality educational opportunities to students. Edge Mini Grants align with curricular standards and the district's MTSS initiative. Representatives from the following schools are recognized tonight for the 2019 Edge Classroom Mini Grants, and we'll start with Northeast Magnet. Northeast Magnet Jennifer Owen, who is doing Voices for Choices and Independence. Oh, if not here tonight. Hadley Middle School is Hannah Shockey, promoting student interest in free choice reading libraries. Let's give Hadley a big round of applause. We have Colvin Elementary, Christy Lucas, third grade reading project. West High, Kristen Johnson, opening successful note-taking. Round of applause. We have Irving Elementary's Sarah Watkins, Chromebooks for 21st century learners. Cloud Elementary, Ashley Cavazos, Girls Rise. We have Meade Middle School, Lisa Stang, Safe Zone Kits. Big round of applause. Jardine Magnet, Logan K. Wood, Auxiliary Percussion Instruments. Price Harris Magnet, Tracy Ray, Journey Through Reading Curriculum with iPads. And the last Education Edge Classroom Mini Grant goes to Sally Layer from Kelly Elementary, Amazing Book Reviews. So let's give a big round of applause to all our Education Edge winners. Thank you. You can be seated. And now I'm going to invite Tammy Hernandez. I'd like to thank Koch Public Sector's Tammy Hernandez, who is joining us tonight to recognize our Koch Classroom Mini Grant recipients. She'll help us pass out some of those certificates. So if I could have all the Koch Classroom Mini Grant winners, if you would please make your way down to the front. Koch mini grants are limited to science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM, or business entrepreneurship classroom projects that are aligned with the district's MTSS initiative. Representatives from the following schools are recognized for the 2019 Koch Classroom Mini Grants, which total $25,662. And for this group, a little bit bigger, we'll just save our applause until we get through all of them. So I'm going to start with East High, Joshua Collette, Engineering Prototype. Griffith Elementary, Donna Wilson, Coding in Action. West High, Zach Helgeson, Robotics. Hadley Middle School, Sherry Mold, Vex Robotics Competition. Jardine Magnet, Denise Cerullo, Robotics, moving up. Allison Magnet, Betsy Bellinger, Crazy for Chromebooks. I think it's their titles that get them to win. Krista McAuliffe Academy, Susanna Levine, Library Makerspace. And South High, John Martin, College Ready with Chromebooks. And Whitney Moore is also here from South. Each one of these staff members got to go to their classroom and kind of surprise them with a check for their Koch grants, as well as the Education Edge that were here earlier. So we are excited to see what you do with the money within these particular projects that you have. So one huge round of applause for all our Koch Classroom mini grants. We also want to thank Koch Industries, so I'm going to have Tammy Hernandez say a few words.
Thank you. Members of the board, Superintendent Thompson, good evening. We appreciate the opportunity to attend tonight's meeting and extend a special thank you to the board for supportive programs such as the Koch mini grants. At Koch, we believe education enables students to discover, develop, and apply their unique abilities to find success and fulfillment in their lives. The support of the mini grants program is a prime example of that belief in action. From robotics to aquaponics, sensory gardens, and maker spaces, we appreciate the opportunity to support teachers as they leverage their talents to engage students in innovative and creative ways. So simply thank you for your dedication to the students of Wichita, our community, and our future. And congratulations to this year's mini grant recipients.
Thank you all. I'll now turn it over to Jay Means, District Athletic Director, to go over the athletics part of Education Edge.
Welcome, Jay.
Thank you, Vice President Rohde, members of the board, Superintendent Thompson. Thank you again for this opportunity to talk about our Education Edge. I'll make this very short. The $18,000 that was requested and that you granted will go split evenly between all of our 18 middle schools. And let me tell you, they can really use that money. And it'll go towards athletic uniforms or athletic equipment. Since they just found out about this last month, a lot of them haven't had a chance to really figure out what they're spending their money on. But I did want to let you know that Marshall Middle School, this $1,000 is going to help them get a storage shed because they have a lot of athletic equipment They have nowhere but a hallway to store it in. So that will become very good use for them. So again, thank you very much. We do appreciate it.
Good evening, everyone. Sean Chastain, Fine Arts. For 2019, the Fine Arts Gift Fund team requested support for the established priorities of beginning band and orchestra instruments, visual arts equipment, and auditorium upgrades. The instrumental request includes the purchase of 8 violins, 4 violas, 6 flutes, and 5 clarinets. With the addition of these 23 instruments, we now have over 225 beginning band and orchestra instruments that have been funded through the EDGE. The visual arts request includes the purchase of 7 pottery wheels, 1 glazed measuring scale, and 1 drying rack. These 9 items, combined with previous purchases, have now enhanced our WPS K-12 visual arts classrooms with almost 160 items of visual arts equipment. And finally, the auditorium request upgrade includes the purchase of 32 lapel microphone units, which divides out for 4 for each high school auditorium, totaling almost 250 sound and lighting upgrades for our district auditoriums. At this time, I would also like to express congratulations to this year's Fine Arts recipients who are in attendance tonight to join us for this Education Edge celebration. So, whether you represent a WPS Fine Arts specific building or arts program or a district staff member, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you for joining me. Thank you again to everyone and the Education Edge Fine Arts Gift Fund.
I just want to take another opportunity to say thank you to Tammy Hernandez and Koch Industries, to Shelley Pritchard and the Wichita Community Foundation for taking care of our funds, but most importantly, to all of the teachers who took the time and had the creative energy to think of these really cool ways to make learning engaging and special for our kids. So please help me give them one more round of applause. Last but not least, we have one more item to celebrate the students that are at the focus of all of the work that the adults who've been honored tonight are here to celebrate. So without further ado, I am pleased to invite Jay Means to come forward, who's going to introduce you to the winners of the first season recognition of our second year of the Superintendent's Challenge.
Thank you, Wendy. But I can blame you if they get messed up now, right? So, hey, thank you again. This is the second year of the Superintendent's Challenge, so along with recognizing first and second place for the teams and their grade point average, we are going to do a most improved, comparing last year's to this year's. So when I call out your school's name with the coaches and student athletes that are here, come on down, and we may have to gather all around, but we're going to be down here together. So without further ado, so we'll start with girls tennis. Most improved is West High. We'll get this one. There you go. All right. Second place is Northwest with a 3.56. Eric, come on down, man. Yeah. You're hired as the new girls tennis coach. And in first place, Heights with the 3.6. Okay, girls golf. Most improved, North High. Come on down, Mr. Perkins. Second place, with a 3.2 average, Northwest. He'll load up on those. And in first place with a 3.42, Southeast. Okay, in volleyball, most improved, South High. In second place, they're going to get 2. South High placed second with a 3.37. And in first place with a 3.38 GPA, Southeast. All right, going on cross country, the most improved, South High. In second place with a 3.4, Southeast. And in first place with a 3.45, Heights. Okay, boys soccer, most improved, Southeast. All right, she'll give you your certificate and then just spread out. They will also get second place, Southeast, with a 2.98. So most improved and second place. And in first place with a 3.22, Heights. Oh, yep. Oh, wait, there's come on down, Rick. Yeah, the soccer guy. Yeah, yes. Okay, football, most improved, Southeast. In second place with a 2.81, South. And in first place with a 2.92, Heights. And Susan, where are we going to squeeze all these in for pictures? You're just going to do it right here?
You can go on farther down.
Okay, guys, if you could kind of move on down and spread out a little bit, she's just going to take a big panoramic picture, I do believe. While we're getting everybody set in place, I would like to add that this represented 1,446 student athletes for the fall sports, and they had a combined grade point average of 2.87. So, very good. Hey, everybody look right up here and smile. You got it? All right. Thank you guys again. Congratulations. Great job.